Hello survivors, welcome to another Tower Babel Survivors of Chaos video. Today we're going to be showing you an AOE build. We got something that helps us with this. The basis of it is actually our special attack. So over here we've got a brand new helmet that gives us recover 25% of consumed mana on a critical hit with the special attack, which is one of the pieces. I haven't got all of them. I don't know how well it's going to do against the boss, but we're definitely going to try it on the boss level. If you play this on anything that isn't a boss level, then you can AFK, and it really just depends on, for this floor, for floor 12, on what passives you get early on. Things like critical hit damage are very, very helpful, but you do need the crit chance as well, because obviously we need to crit enemies to get the mana back, and then also to just deal more damage overall. So things like that are going to be much more helpful. And then we're just going to go with skills that kind of work off of AOE. So I think Fire Orb, Ice Orb, those don't really work off AOE, but they kind of, in a sense, because we're so close to the enemies and things like that, they do what they need to do in protecting us. So you can see the enemies are always going to be on top of us, and if we have those skills, it's going to help a lot. So we're going to Bless Curse, because I actually do want to grab a lot of it and try and see where we can go with that. And yeah, as soon as we can get that juicy critical strike chance going, we'll be in a much better spot. That and levels on the special attack, obviously. So there's our first level. Not worried about magic find, especially if we're grabbing curse upgrades. But we need to make sure that we do have mana. So mana regeneration is going to be very important for this as well. +2 to critical hit chance, fantastic. XP gain +2, beautiful. The nice thing about our special is it is a slow as well, or it's kind of, yeah, it slows the enemies down, so it chills them. So at least we have that effect that helps us. We get a beautiful +4 over here for our special attack. Love to see it. That's definitely going to help us a lot. But I think the most important thing isn't even levels into special attack. It is the critical strike chance and critical damage, because as soon as we crit, we do massive amounts of damage, and we also get all of our levels back. I mean, our mana back. We get 25% of consumed mana back, which allows us to at least use it multiple times more than what we could have if we never had that. So really good. It is per second, so you do have to wait like 1 second before you use all the mana again, but it doesn't matter. You can see just how well it's working for us already. 3k damage already on the skill. We're not going to run any of those. We could run, no, there's Ice Orb. I was going to say we could have run Heaven's Judgment, but we don't need to. We did find Ice Orb, which is great. Ice Orb again, another skill that's just going to help us with chilling enemies around us. We get Lightning Wave. We need Lightning Strike if we want to beat the boss, but everything else should be fine. Evasion rating, very, very strong. That was a +3 to evasion rating over there, so that's fantastic. And now we've just got these silly ravens. We evaded. That's cool. Alright, Ice Orb gets 2 levels. Now remember, there is a roadmap for the game, which is going to be harder levels incoming. So if you don't have any 2-slot legendaries or anything like that yet, you can wait. You don't need to get them just yet, because as soon as those other floors come out, you're going to have to farm better gear anyway. So any of the gear that you're currently farming is going to land up being out damaged in terms of stat-wise. You're going to get outstatted as soon as the new floors come about. So just keep that in mind. You don't need to have best in slot for everything. The game is still early access. You know, you don't have to farm day and night either. That's something I'm doing. I'm not farming day and night for this, just because you're gonna get stronger. So hopefully, I mean, I can still get so much stronger by just having a better weapon, and I just don't have it. I just haven't found it, but there's a chance I may never find it. Okay, over here we got special attack, critical hit chance, and attack radius. The critical hit chance gives plus 14%. What's nice about this is it's actually, you know, on top of whatever this is. It's not showing me. So normally it would be in brackets. You'll see it at the end of the round. At least it shows you the stats there. But because we have plus 4 in it, it's giving us an extra, 28% critical strike chance. So we're on roughly 30% critical strike chance right now as we speak. And that's why you can see everything's critting far more often. So the more levels we get in that, the better it's going to be, because we'll just have increased or guaranteed crits. And once you get it to level 10, that's a guaranteed 70% critical strike chance. So I say guaranteed. You're not guaranteed to crit with 70%, but more often than not, you're going to be critting, which is great. Okay, we found a little jewel there. A nice ting sound. We need mana regeneration or mana restoration in this case, because we will be using our mana a lot. As you can already see, we just spam our special. And that's what the build is. It's pretty much us spamming special the whole time. As soon as we get mana, we just spam it and everything explodes. Curse explosion works really well on this as well, because it's increasing the damage you do because of the enemies being cursed. And then they also explode around you. That is why lightning wave is going to, lightning surge, lightning strike, I'll get the name right eventually, is also very important here, because you want to have that single target DPS from a skill. As you can see, without it, we hardly do any damage to elites, and the boss will be even worse. What we can do is try and get this elite next to the other enemies, so that when we curse them, he'll take more damage from them exploding. Alright, there we go. Again, on easier or lower levels, this will be much easier. You can literally AFK on those levels. And Fire Orb is another skill that you can look at getting for this as well, especially with a weapon that makes it so that your Fire Orb explodes on hit, or your critical strikes with fire skills deal deal more damage, or whatever the case is, what my weapon says. They have a chance to cause an explosion, and then I've also got Fire Orb has a chance to explode on hit. So Fire Orb for my build works really well. They are in close proximity as well, so it works even better. We're going to bless XP gain. And now we also use less mana, because I think it's only 5% less mana, but you know, that's less mana used is less mana used. It means we can use it more often. Reroll. We get pickup radius, which we'll take. I would like the area of effect, but +2 to pickup radius is actually very, very good, especially if we're trying to just stand still. Alright, this elite's going to be a little bit harder. Because he's shooting sparks at us. Just a little bit more difficult, but we can still beat him. This is a problem. I really wanted to use Spear of Light, but it's not... That's 237, this is 289, but this is going to hit more enemies. And it has a lower cooldown. Oopsie, we're too close to the enemy. I don't want to use any revives yet. Alright, there we go. we somehow managing to survive this. How many skills do we have already? 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. Just make sure it is that. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can go Swamp of the Dead. And then we need it to be Lightning Strike as our last skill. Otherwise, again, you can use this for farming, but having Lightning Strike can guarantee that you defeat the boss. but definitely easy for like a little AFK farming build. Not really AFK because you can't sit away from the keyboard, but definitely a no movement build. So you'll pick up as much gold and items from enemies as possible because they're going to be coming to you instead of you having to run around trying to find the items. Increased area of effect. And we were also discussing on the Discord, you know, I asked everyone, hey, what do you guys think about the armor in the game? And a lot of people agreed with me on this, where we said that the armor isn't so great, especially on floor 12, and it's going to get even worse on higher floors. So something that's worth even more as a stat is actually looking for damage reduction on your gear. And then I think obviously resistances will be very strong as well. So depending on the type of enemy, you can kind of guess what type of damage they do. Like I'm assuming these dogs are fire damage just because they're red, and it would make a little bit of sense. I'm going to grab the gold gain. Sanctuary would have been really nice here as well, but we need lightning strike. Cursed by another enemy, but you can see we do quite a decent chunk of damage, but now we just need to wait a little bit for mana. I don't know if the 25% mana regen thing works properly or not. It's very difficult to tell whether or not it's actually working properly. I don't feel like it's working properly, but I don't recall anyone ever saying it doesn't. Alright, this is the perfect leveling opportunity for us because we don't have a lot of enemies around us. Increase attack area as well for our special. Remember, this is much stronger playing on the lower floors. So I have tested it. Maybe we can do it in the future. If you guys want, let me know down in the comment section if you want to see this again on a lower floor, but just so I can show you how well it works on the lower floors, where you literally just stand and right click. You even get to points where you don't even need to use your special attack anymore. You do more than enough damage with, let's say, Fire Orb or Ice Orb or Sanctuary if you get it, Swamp of the Dead, whatever it is. All the other AoE skills land up doing more damage for you than your own special attack. We'll go level up Lightning Ball. To be honest, that could be the only skill that we can use against the boss right now. And this is one of the only options... or because this wave has all these ranged enemies, this is the only time you have to move around. Alright, we finished the wave now though. Okay, we do get Fire Orb. We're gonna have to go Dagger. If we want to beat the boss, we have to go Dagger. It's the only option we really have, and it's only gonna be... So Fire Orb would be the best thing on a lower floor because of being area of effect and explosions and just keeping us safe. Dagger is the only option I can go for here if I want to deal with the boss. So just because we're on floor 12, we take Dagger. Otherwise, I would take Fire Orb. But that's even if we get levels into it. So don't expect much from that. +1 into critical strike damage. We want as much critical strike damage and critical strike chance as possible. And you can already see special attack doing massive amounts of damage for us. We can go projectile count, that helps all the other skills. By the way, there are some things that the game doesn't tell you about. If you take a skill like Sanctuary and you increase your projectile count, it increases its damage. And the only way that you know this is that there is a unique legendary affix on gear that mentions this. It says that Sanctuary no longer gains the bonus damage from projectile count, but now gains it from actual projectile count, or it doesn't benefit from the damage being converted from projectile count because it no longer happens around you, it happens at random locations, kind of like the lightning wave special. So that kind of indicates that the Sanctuary, when it is the way it is, actually increases the damage when you get projectile count on it. And I believe we believe that things like the Reaper as well as other skills maybe work in very similar fashion. So those skills are going to gain damage based on their projectile count as well. Which is interesting. It's not something that the game tells you, but it's something that they should tell you. Also, notice I haven't found a single one of my blessed things. I haven't seen XP or curse. Saw it at the very beginning, blessed it, and I haven't seen it again. So tell me blessing stuff is working again, please. Loving the area of effect though. There's plus 7% critical strike chance, so we're now on 30, what's that, 35%? That doesn't seem right. Oh no, because it was, we're plus, so we're actually on like 37%. Because of our base. Okay, critical hit damage plus 2, that's beautiful. 10k DPS or 10k damage on our right clicks right now. That is beautiful to see. That's exactly what we wanted. Oh yeah. And you can see our mana is far more sustainable now. Okay, we'll go with the corpse explosion. Definitely helps with AOE. Not going to help us with the boss though. But I do love how nothing can get close to us. I guess this is a good indication of the builds, because normally I just go lightning strike and everything evaporates because lightning strike is just ridiculously broken. Let's go with the auto pickup radius. Still have not seen curse or XP gain. Both were blessed. Both supposed to have high chance of being seen. Call me crazy. I don't know. Okay, do we do enough damage now to not have to move? There aren't any ranged enemies around us. There are the ravens, but I'm sure we can deal with them. We certainly have the pickup radius to not worry about it. As soon as we see a little bit of our life being destroyed, I guess is a word. As soon as we lose a little bit of life, we know there's a raven on top of us, and we just need to right click to defeat it, which is pretty cool. Ball lightning. I mean, it's got the most damage, although this is doing more DPS, but this is going to be better for the boss fights. It also has a lower cooldown. Yeah, we can't really do anything else. Swamp of the Dead maybe doesn't fit the everything over here. There is a legendary for Swamp of the Dead that just flat out increases damage by 50%. There's like nothing else, it's just like 50% increased damage for Swamp of the Dead. Alright, I love the fact that we have so much mana regen. This is, again, the next wave. We have to move here. Unfortunately, I don't think we have enough magic resistance to tank every single... Oh my goodness, it actually showed up. After 51 levels, we finally see our first blessed skill. We don't have enough magic resist to tank these projectiles, unfortunately, nor do we have the life regen or life recoup, whatever this game has for us in that type of defense. So unfortunately, we do need to walk up to them and defeat them. We get more mana regeneration, which I don't know if we... Yeah, actually I'm going to go with that over... Oh, finally Curse decided to show up again. But I remember the developers saying something on the Discord saying like if you don't take a blessed skill, it shows up more frequently. So there we never took curse. Let's see if it does show up more frequently or if it's not going to bother. We do have an elite here that has cursed us, so we do need to defeat him in the next 22 seconds. Otherwise we're going to lose our HP. I do want to ban magic find. I do want to ban basic attack. That should help us find more of everything else. So now they're not going to show up for us, which is great. We get more projectile count. I actually don't need the attack speed either. I'm going to go for... See, projectile count does help us here. Especially with the cursed corpse explosion and the ball lightning. Nothing else really. Maybe it increases lightning waves damage. Maybe it increases our special attack damage. Okay, we finally see our XP gain again. We will take that. There's still 6, or actually there's only 1 more minute until the boss spawns. But you can definitely see, compared to when we played with the Phoenix yesterday, this is 100 times better or more safe for us. We didn't even drop to low HP, even though we do have life regen. But our damage was so high that we didn't have to worry about it. I'm going to grab the Resurrect just in case, because again, this isn't meant as a boss defeating build. It's only meant for farming lower levels, or level 10 and 11 floor level, whatever you want to call it. And we'll go from there. Lightning Wave actually is not doing a lot of damage, but it has a low cooldown. So I'm going to go grab that. Maybe it will help us with the boss fights. I don't think so though. It's probably a waste to have taken it. Alright, we can go for... the cast speed's not really gonna... We'll just go ball lightning. If it was a +3 to the cast speed, or +4, we would have taken it. But just having a +1, 7%, I don't think that's going to help too much. Okay, +1 to critical strike chance definitely helps though. We can go for damage reduction. That might save us. And now what we do is we wait for full mana. We'll let everything hit the boss. And what we're going to end up doing is, as soon as we get close enough to him, we're just going to spam our special, like so. Again, we're not worried about the ravens. I don't think they're going to end up doing a lot of damage to us. We just spam our special, stand there. Maybe Swamp of the Dead can go onto him. That would be fantastic. We do have lots of revives. But this is going, you know, as expected, I guess. Oof, we managed to move out of the way there. Oh, we evaded both attacks there. We had to use a revive. That's why we have the revives though, so we can use them. A wild mimic appears. Let's go and fight the mimic in the midst of a boss fight. Give me your gear, mimic. I mean, manually aiming would have made this a lot easier as well, because then we could have ignored the other creatures. Could have ignored the crows and just gone for the boss, but like I said, that's why we've got the revives. So we don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. We can just focus on the boss. Another revive used. Boss got defeated, and we got a couple of good decent stats. So we managed to do it. Again, not really a boss build, but it did it. Really cool. I'm happy that happened. 40 million damage. You can see we got about 3 million, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 million on that. So we are looking at about 28 million damage done on just our special attack over there. Critical hit chance was 43%, critical damage was 280%, which is massive, and yeah, 90% increased projectile count. Let me know what you guys think about the build. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.